Hi everyone and welcome to Kids Church. So as you can see, I have a couple of things with me here today. So I have this big tub of water. It's pretty cold. And we have a happy face cup and a metal spoon and some colorful crayons. So you might be wondering, what do these all have in common? Absolutely nothing. So we're gonna do a little test. So we're gonna put them in the water and see if they sink or if they float. So feel free to guess along and we'll see if you're right. Okay, are you ready? Okay, which one should we do first? Let's do the happy face cup. So if I put this plastic happy face cup in the water, is it gonna float or is it gonna sink? Think about it. Let's try it. Looks like it floats. It's not sinking in. So if you guess that it floats, you're right. Okay, what's next? So what if we do this metal spoon? Does it look like it's gonna sink or does it look like it's gonna float? Let's try it. Ooh, it sunk right to the bottom. See it there? Yeah. It's definitely not floating. So if you guessed that it would sink, you are right. What do we have next? So we got these 3 crayons. There's one red, there's one blue, there's one green. The color doesn't really matter, but we're gonna see if all 3 of them either float or do they sink. So take your guess right now, and we're gonna put them in. Okay. Oh, that was close, but it looks like they sunk. I know, who would have thought maybe they would have floated, but it seems they sunk. So let's grab them out. They're a little wet now. Maybe you don't want to use them. And there we go. Very interesting. Now, let's see. We're gonna listen to a quick song and hear a quick story, and then I'll be back and you'll hear a message.
You are the light, you live in me. Help me to love like you love me. Even when I want to go my own way, Jesus, you make me strong. No, I won't give up, even when it's tough. I'm gonna shine my light for you. Yes, I will do good, and I will be kind. I'm gonna shine my light for you. I'll shine for you. Lord, I'll be patient, and I will share, so others see how much you care. Even when I want to go my own way, Jesus, you make me strong. No, I won't give up, even when it's tough. I'm gonna shine my light for you. Yes, I will do good, and I will be kind. I'm gonna shine my light for you. I'll shine for you. I'll shine for you. I'll shine for you. I'll shine for you. At home, I'll shine my light. At school, I'll shine my light. When I'm playing with my friends, I'll shine for you. I'll shine for you. No, I won't give up, even when it's tough. I'm gonna shine my light for you. Yes, I will do good, and I will be kind. I'm gonna shine my light for you. No, I won't give up, even when it's tough. I'm gonna shine my light for you. Yes, I will do good, and I will be kind. I'm gonna shine my light for you. I'll shine 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 for you.
Stories of the Bible. Peter walks on water. This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus,
Whoa!
and he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya! Hey, Jesus!
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa! You're awesome!
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Ah! Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sink.
Baby, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshiped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
So, here's the question. Are you a floater or are you a sinker? Now, I'm not going to throw you into a big tub of water to find out. That wouldn't be fun. I'm not going to throw you in like this crayon. But we can find out the answer in the Bible. So, did you know when Jesus fed the 5,000 people with those loaves and the fish? Do you remember that? That was from a couple weeks ago. After he had finished feeding the 5,000 people, Jesus told the disciples to get into their boat and go to the other side of the lake while he went up to the mountains to pray. While the disciples were going to the other side of the lake in their boat, the waters got kind of rough, and the wind came up, and the waves kept going, and it was kind of scary. The disciples became afraid that they would drown and that they would sink. Then they looked, and they saw Jesus coming towards them, and he was walking on water. Isn't that amazing? When Peter saw Jesus, he became excited, and he said, "Lord, if that's really you, let me walk to you on the water." Jesus answered Peter and said, "Come." Well, so Peter climbed over the boat and started walking on water when he saw Jesus. So he started walking towards Jesus. But then he started looking around, and he saw all the waves, and he saw the wind, and it was scary, and he became afraid. He started to sink, and Peter called out to Jesus, and he said, "Help, save me." And Jesus reached out his hand and saved Peter and said to him, "O you of little faith, why do you doubt?" And you see, what does this mean? As long as Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he was walking on water. But as soon as he strayed away and paid attention to the wind and to the waves and to the storm, he sunk. So we may experience some rough waters in life. There may be a couple of storms. What are those storms? They could be a fight at school. Maybe you argue with your brother or sister. You don't get the Christmas present you want. There could be some storms in your life. But you know what? As long as we keep our eyes upon Jesus and trust in him, we'll be okay. But when we take our eyes off Jesus and put our confidence in our own ability, we will surely sink, just like this poor red crayon that's getting a little wet. So let's say a prayer together now. Whoop, bow your heads. I'm going to say, Dear Jesus, when the storms of life come against us, help us to keep our eyes on you and to put our trust in you. Amen. Okay, thank you everyone. I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.